Welcome, everybody. It is Monday night. That means it's time for Champ Chat. And today we have myself, who's been experiencing technical difficulties, and somebody who says he's had the worst day of his life, John Merrill.
I
John,
wouldn't
what's
say I've
up,
had
buddy?
the worst day of my life. I've just had a really shocking day at work.
Oh, shoot. Hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the delay. My audio decided that it didn't want to work for some reason. Not sure what happened. So we hit the reset button and it seems to be working. You know, it
Your
works.
audio, not mine, just so
Yeah,
you
mine.
know.
It is mine. I thought for sure it was his. That was the thing. He could hear me. I couldn't hear him, and I assumed it was his fault. Uh, oh well, it happens. Happens to the best of us. All right. Well, let's get into it. The fuck happened this weekend, John?
Well, we lost. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
no. What the hell? I tipped you guys to win, and you go and lose to Nathan Jones. What the hell happened?
Um, well, in all honesty, it was a shocking game of football played by two teams which were not very good at football. And yeah, I mean, let's just say it came from a long throw. It kind of pinballed around our box, and then somebody put it in the back of the net, which you just kind of thought, yeah, it just sums it up at the moment. So yeah, I would. It's one of those where I wouldn't say Charlton deserved the win. We didn't deserve to win. It was one of those games where you came out of it and said neither side really deserved to win, but credit to them, they took the chance. We didn't. So
They have a way. They have a way of making everybody look like shit, don't they? Like if you, it just seems like everybody that
um,
plays Charlton, it's always a shitty game of football, isn't it?
it is, but I would also say I they didn't really do anything to make us play badly. We were just bad. We just,
Yeah.
you know, passive, no real aggression. At no point did we kind of go for the jugular. It was all very. do you- I said to my dad halfway through, it felt very end of season like, where they were fighting for every, but they just didn't have the quality. Whereas we just never really went for it.
Hmm, that's wild. I yeah, I haven't looked at I haven't looked at anything from you guys again. I just saw the result and I was like, what the fuck happened there?
Yeah, I think it is one shot on target in the whole game. The away fans were livid by the end of the game. I mean, it was, it's yeah, Mr. Davis's tactics have come under scrutiny yet again. So
Yeah, I was wondering. I figured you guys wouldn't be too happy. I mean, what are you thinking on Davis? I mean, you think he's gonna? I mean, obviously, I think they're gonna give him till the end of the season. I'd say for sure, right?
um yeah, I mean it's one of those really. There's three scenarios. There's
Uh-huh.
he has a blinding end to the season and keeps his job, or gives himself a fair argument to take it next season, which is entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
is possible. Um, the most likely one, I think, is he probably gets the season and then he's moved on in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because no matter which way you go about it, so far we've underachieved. Considering the money, considering the players, he's underachieved. Somebody did point out a fair point. If he loses the next two home games, because we've got two home games now, we've got QPR at home on Wednesday and Sheffield United at home on Saturday. If he was to lose those two home games, it would be five losses in a row. I could actually genuinely see them giving him the bullet there and then. Um,
Wow.
because well, it's like the season's almost over as it is.
Mm-hmm.
That would completely fizzle the season out to nothingness over those two games, and to lose five. Yeah, I just don't think the ownership would accept it.
Yeah. I'm.
But
Yeah. That's. Yeah. I don't necessarily think he's a terrible manager. I don't. I'm not sure. I guess without watching, like, I didn't watch your game, and I haven't really watched much of you guys here lately. So it's like it's hard for me to make a judgment. I thought you guys were going to go on a run though. When you did what you did in January, I thought, okay, they're probably about to go on a run here.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I think the biggest problem is the away form, and I think the
yeah.
biggest, shall we say, the biggest gripe is that we look so Jekyll and Hyde home and away. We can look a really good side at home, and then the
Hmm.
following game we'll go away and just look. awful. You know, um, so and it's the same players, and everyone sort of says, it's not because he changes the team or changes the formation. It's the same team playing the same way or trying to play the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Something's just not quite right away from home. And yes, there's a million different reasons. Recruitment, this, what we did in the summer, blah blah blah, all that sort of thing. So I mean, he's not solely to blame, but it's football. The manager is the guy that carries the can.
Right, yeah.
But no, like I said, I'll be very surprised if he's here next season, unless it's one of those. Isn't it? I mean, we're all football fans. We're fickle, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
A week in football is a long time.
Yeah.
Somebody did point out on social media earlier today, which I did see, because the knives are out all over social media for Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said we could win the next 4 games, and then the gap grows smaller, and then there's a lot more of a bigger hope of maybe you can make a late run, blah blah blah, and Davis will be a genius again, and then all the talk of him. Yeah, so it's one of those unlikely, and the way we're playing at the moment, yeah, absolutely not. But it's football, isn't it? Anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I mean, I know me and you had our little bet we talked about at the beginning of the season, talking about I thought Parkey had a better chance of keeping his job than Davis did. And I was just basing that on, I thought, okay, last season you guys were by far and away the best team, but you never really just blew somebody away, and that always kind of made me not skeptical, but it just like you'd like to think they'd have blown some teams away. You know what I mean? You'd like to thought there'd have been 5 or 6 4-0s. You know what I mean? Just battered people, and it
We
just
were the
didn't seem
league's
like
top
it
goal
usually was.
scorers, though.
You had to be fair. Yeah, absolutely. You guys were by far and away the best
Mm.
team last season. There's no question in that. I mean, hell, you won it by what 20 points or something. I mean, you were nobody
Yeah,
close.
but I do caveat that where it's League One, it's not a very good
Yeah,
quality of a
that's
league. It's
right.
with the squad that we had, it wasn't difficult, if you know what I mean.
Right, but then that was kind of why I thought that's why I was surprised slightly that you guys didn't batter more teams. You know what I'm saying? You understand
Mm,
where I'm coming from? Like as good as you were, it really was. There was a lot of 2-1s or 2-0s or you know what I mean. There were a lot of closer
yeah,
games that I mean, you always want them, but it just seemed like God, they ought to be battered
yeah,
more.
but yeah, I mean the thing with us last season, and the Blues fans were very sort of critical of Davis of that we'd have a team dead to rights last season, and we wouldn't go for them. We'd be two
Hmm.
0 up, home or away, and you think you could really step on the throat now and put 4 or 5 past them. The thing with us, with the way that Davis plays and the style and everything, it was very much it went into it's like it's a bit like Man City at times where they get a couple of goals up and then it turns into training match mode where basically it's just about seeing the game out and not expending any energy. We seem to do that every week. It was kind of like, oh, we're in the lead now. You're not very good. You're not going to hurt us, and we just played out so many games. You know,
Yeah.
with even with a goal lead where you just thought, yeah, you're not going to get near us, which was never going to work in this league, granted. Um, but I think one of the big, I would say, criticisms this season is we have improved the squad. We have got some championship players. I just don't think we've utilised them enough. We don't get the ball to our attacking players or the threatening players as often as I would like. That's my biggest gripe this season.
Mhm. Real quick, I do want to go through the chat. Mention everybody's in. Thanks everybody for coming in today. We got Elvis Francis, Ted Nelson's in, Bono's in, Andrew C's in, Habs is in, Scum Army's in. Let's see, that's me saying that we got issues. Let's see who else. Esteban was in. Let's see. Super Chimp Love's in. Kyle Anderson is in. Jonathan's in. Free Pug Show's in. Hey, what's up? David Pikey's Last Chance. Yeah, okay, he's in. Nick Donald's in. Marie from SoCal says hi. Hi, Marie. Let's see. Jonathan, I think I already said him. Ruth H is here. Is there anybody else? Chris Gavilin's here. I think that's how you say it. Hondasaurus Rex. That's. I mean, I'm interested. What's an Hondasaurus Rex? That sounds like an awesome car, big motor or something. Um, That's right up my alley. I'm a big car guy. Big car guy. We got Chris is in. Is there anybody else? John Anthony, Josh Anthony. Never heard of him. Who's that? Maxiverse is in. Tara's in. Leapin' Lepus is in. I think that's everybody. A lot of people watching today. Thanks everybody for joining us. Yeah, exactly. Somebody, Esteban says, Aaron, who is this troll, Josh Hansen? I mean, he's absolutely a troll. I mean, that's all. That's all I know. He's got the keys though. He can hop in anytime if he's got the guts. Um, he can come in and we can give John hell with me. Anyway, just want to say hi everybody in the chat. Yeah, Scum Army, thank you. Get the likes up, guys. 11 likes so far. Get the likes up. So guys, I think there really wasn't a ton of issues going on in the, nothing like major stories. I mean, there's kind of the ongoing stuff that we've kind of already touched on. Wednesday takeover, we're still kind of waiting to see what happens there. Um, Honda Source Rex says it's a turbo CRX. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Come on, I'm disappointed, Honda Source. I thought you could have done better. Now he's gonna come back at me and give me hell. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, there's not a lot of crazy stories. So we're just gonna go over what happened on the weekend, and obviously we already did a little bit of dive into Birmingham, but we can look at what other teams in the league did this weekend. So I've got the list of games up from Saturday. Well, actually, technically started Friday. So let's start with that. So we got Preston North End 1, Oxford United 3. John, did you get to see any of this game?
I did watch some of it. Yeah, it weren't a great game of football as you would expect, but credit to Oxford. They're. I think I've said it a long time with Oxford. They're not a side that will openly admit they've got lots of talent, but they don't half fight, and they really are fighting at the moment. And there appears to be a lot more fighting than a few other teams down around them. Let's put it that way. Hey, let's be honest, they looked absolutely dead and buried probably about
Yeah.
2 months ago. And I think everyone, including myself, was very much of, well, Sheffield Wednesday and Oxford are gone. It's a question of who joins them.
Yeah.
Now now they have genuine survival hopes,
Yeah.
and at the moment, you wouldn't back against them picking up a few more points than others around them because they're the ones that seem to be picking up results right now.
Right. I mean, that's 2 on the bounce, right? 2 wins on the bounce,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
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 I mean, and they scored 3 goals, which, I mean, obviously Preston's not been on the greatest run, but 3 goals against Preston isn't, at Preston even. That's no mean feat.
Mm.
Yeah, I was impressed by the scoreline. I didn't get to see any of the game. But yeah, it's an interesting one. So I think what they're currently tied. They're on 35. I think they're on 35, and I believe Leicester are on 35 also, and
Yeah.
West Brom's on 36, just 1 point above them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Exactly.
right now those three. That's it was. We can look at the table here in a minute too, but those three are kind of the ones to watch. And I think of the three, it does seem like Oxford are, to your point, a little more lively, showing
Well,
a little more life.
they're the only ones to win.
Yeah.
I say win a game. They've actually won two on the
Yeah.
bounce, as you said. But the others down there don't look like they're able to win a game right now. So
Hmm.
it's one of those, isn't it? Hey, if Oxford go and win another game out the next 2 or 3 games, and the others don't, that's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Let's
Yeah.
put it that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I'll tell you what, how wild would it be if Leicester and West Brom went down? I mean,
Um, I think,
insane.
I think Wrexham's #1 fan, Callum Fowler, mentioned it on one of his shows where he said if Sheffield Wednesday, Leicester, and West Brom went down to League One, would that be the 3 biggest clubs that have ever been relegated from the Championship in one go? I can't think of another season where you've had 3 proper what you would call big clubs go down. Yeah, we went down a few. Wolves gone down in the past. You've
Hmm.
always had 1, maybe 2. It's the first time I can think where you've got proper, 3 proper big clubs that could go.
Well, I mean, not only that, you could have that, and then you could have. I mean, there's a potential, a serious potential. You could have three non, non, oh, what do you call it? The payment club, the non,
Parachute,
yeah,
parachute
parachute
plane.
payment
Yeah.
clubs go up. I mean, because right now, I mean, let's be honest, it's Middlesbrough and Coventry are the two favorites to get autos, and neither one of them got parachutes right now. And then you could easily see uh, Millwall get promoted out of the playoffs. I think if we get in them, I think we've got a good shot of getting. You know what I mean? So there'll be. Honestly, I think it'll come. I mean, basically, I think you know Ipswich. Everybody's going to say Ipswich are the one of the parachute teams that have a good chance. And to be fair to Scum Army, he's here. Southampton have a shot too. I mean, they've been playing really well. If they can keep up, there's a good chance they get promoted out of there too. But there is a serious possibility you could see three non-parachute teams get promoted this season, and then have two or three really big clubs going down. It'd be wild. It's absolutely crazy.
I think the
Yeah,
chances are you're definitely going to get two non-parachute payment teams go up.
I think so. Yeah.
I still think I think you'll probably still get one go up through the playoffs, but one, it's still that would still be a big story.
Yeah, it'd
Usually
be
you'll
massive.
find, usually it's a big story if you only get two go up and a non-parachute
Hmm.
team win the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott Molmy might be able to say. I think the last time Southampton got promoted, they went up through the playoffs. I think they did a similar sort of thing where they came on strong right at the end of the season in the playoffs and just
Hmm.
continued that wave and got up. I may be wrong, but I seem to feel that they did a similar thing last season. Oh, not last season, but
Yeah, a
last time.
couple years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I think they came into playoffs at, I think they were fifth. I think they finished the season fifth, and then won the final. Because I remember watching, kind of keeping an eye on it, and everybody was you just assumed that it was going to be who
Leeds.
was it? It was Leeds. Yeah, that was the
Mm.
team. You just assumed it was going to be Leeds that were going to win those playoffs, and out of nowhere,
Mm.
Southampton just. And if I remember, I felt like they dominated that game too against Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds proper didn't
Yeah,
show up, didn't they? Yeah, that
yeah,
was.
yeah. I
Yeah.
watched it. I don't remember it that well, but I seemed like remembering it. It seems like they were always going to win it. They just looked good the whole way. So yeah, yeah, who knows? It could be exciting. Um, let's see. Charlie Jarrett in the chat. Here we go. Let's pull it up. I'm a Charlton fan. I think John is right about Davies. He will go in the summer. Birmingham have spent a fortune. Mid-table isn't good enough. Sound about right?
It is. It's like I said. I think the running towards the end of the season is big for Davis. Like I said, mid-table is not good enough. The good news is for Davis. He's still got the games left to finish strongly.
Hmm.
But you know, if you were to go off the last three fixtures, you'd say, well, there's not a cat and a house chance of that. So, um, yeah, big job ahead of him.
Yeah. Um, do you? What do you think he's got to do between now and the end of the season to keep his job? Like, how good of a run does it got to be?
I
Because
think
I
he's got.
because
Yeah, I
you're
think.
getting close to the point where it's probably not going to be playoffs. You know what I mean? That's just probably
Oh,
it's almost. And I think he even said that. If I didn't
yeah.
hear his press conference, but somebody had mentioned, maybe it was Ben Bloom had said something.
He
He said he thought he'd said that.
Yeah, he was asked about the playoffs, and after the weekend's game, and he basically sort of said, "Yes, we're at the point now where it's going to need something remarkable from us." Um, yeah, I mean, if you're talking playoffs, we need to win the next 4 or 5 games on the spin.
Yeah.
That realistically, that's the only way you're going to get back in the shout of the playoff hunt is if we go and win the next 4 or 5 on the bounce. I don't see us doing that. Yeah, we've got 2 home games coming up.
Hmm.
Um, First one being against QPR, who are just we'll probably touch on a bit later on their backsides.
Yeah.
But then the Saturdays against Sheffield United, which will be a really tough game. But the thing is, I look at both those games, and they both have feels of they could be nothing games where neither sides have got much to play for. So it could be anything. Again, he's got to finish the season strong. I think he's got to finish 10th or above to even have a realistic argument come the end of the season. to try and fight his corner to finish to keep his job.
Oh no, there went the neighborhood. Wait, guys, I have to apologize, but I think I have to do this because, like I said earlier, he does have the keys and he can kind of just come in when he wants to. What's up, Josh?
Said I dare, and I got a thing with John and you, and now it's turning. Now it's gonna be like Monday Night Raw stuff tonight.
That's right. That's right. Oh shoot, what's going on, buddy?
I just listening to your show. It's a great show. I like to listen to the show. You know, I like to.
Okay.
No, I don't know how long I'll stay, but I want to stay. Come in
Yeah,
and say hi.
you just wanted to come talk shit to John, didn't you?
I did. I'm so mad at John right now.
You liking VAR, by the way?
Oh god, you bin it, get it in the bin.
I felt like
horrible,
I needed a shot. I felt like I needed a shot the next day. I really did. It hurt a lot.
Yeah,
Not good, man. But listen, the offside's the offside. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, no.
Nothing you can do about it.
And here's the thing. I'll be honest. I think, to be fair to VAR, I think they were both the right call. I think they got where I think it was right. I think it was the other way. We'd have been irate if it hadn't been called. You know what I mean? If they hadn't been changed. So I think the one thing that really bugged me was the handball that they seemed to not.
Yes, that was a hand. That was a definite. Well, sorry.
That was tough. Yeah, that was tough because I know, and a lot of people. Well, he was so close to him. Problem is, he's closing him. He's running at him. And he had time to turn sideways. You know, he's running right at him, and then he turns sideways, and he's got his arm out like, straight out from his body.
Should we go to our senior Wrexham correspondent on this?
Who?
It's John.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Our senior Wrexham correspondent.
Yeah.
I think if you're a fan of the club, like you guys were in that situation, you're crying for a penalty. I could, in my opinion, it's hard not to say penalty in those situations. This is one of those horrible ones whereby the way that the law is written, it's not a handball.
He's like this, though, John.
But the way that they've got the handball rule is so fluffy that they've got so many.
The ref was literally looking right at it.
I was too.
He was looking right at it.
Yeah, but VAR checked it.
Yeah, and they didn't. I don't know. That was the part that blew my mind, is the fact that they didn't even call him over to look at it. They checked it. I mean, they did their check because they check everything.
Yeah,
and they thought, no, it's good enough. And
if that was Arsenal, Liverpool, anyone top six, even Chelsea, they're getting that call. He's gonna go over and do this.
Yeah, he's gonna look at it.
It's spilled milk at this point, but I think it is what it is. It is.
I will say this though, and it was because me and Patty were watching the game together in the background. Like we after we did the pregame show, we stayed on and we're watching the game. And when the one that was offside, the one at the end, when it went in, we both about flipped our computers over, screaming. Right. I mean, the how we got so excited. You know what I mean? We just exploded with cheering, screaming. Yeah. I had kids looking at me. My kids were looking at me like I was an idiot. Like, what in the world? And it just to have it, then to go to review, then to have it reviewed, it was just like
that type of loss might be the best thing that happens to us for the rest of the season.
I agree. I was telling Patty that too while we were watching. I was like, I kind of hope we do lose. I don't want not to win, but I think the best thing that can happen is to lose this game. Let's play well, but let's lose, because I think it'll be better for us as far as our league, the league, the way the league will end up. I think it'll be better for us. But
it was the perfect end to a game, other than the extra time. You probably didn't want the extra time.
Yeah.
That was the killer. But I would say the game had everything. It was a great game of football, and like you said, I hate VAR. I'm a big believer in scrapping it. I can't stand the damn thing. And you're right, it got to the right decisions. The thing that annoys me is how it gets to those decisions. That's what really annoys me with VAR. But it was a great game of football, and ultimately you came up against a side which have just got better quality up front, which you would expect.
Yeah, João Pedro literally walked in and just scored a goal at the end. He literally walked in. It was like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
going to
was
score this goal. And fair play. He's a good player. Really good player.
Yeah, and the ex-Man United lad out wide, Garnacho, isn't it?
Garnacho. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a bit good. I like him.
yeah, he's pretty good. He was pretty
He's
good.
annoying, but he's a
You know
He is.
what? I will say this though. I thought we handled him pretty well for most of the game. He
Yeah.
definitely had a couple periods where he was doing really well, but I think for most of the game and to be honest, it was gosh, I'm brain farting. Right wing back.
Thomason?
No,
Oh.
it was the other one. Yeah. See, your brain farting
Longman?
too.
Arnie?
Longman. It was Longman.
How
Longman played.
can the non-Wrexham fan know your
I
team
know
better
it's
than
bad.
you do? I mean, come on.
Well, here's you want to know why? It's because we have so many players in and out. I forget who they all are. God, I've been bad about that. I need to go to the doctor or something. Something's wrong with me. I'm going into. I'm losing my mind because I'm always forgetting names. I'm really bad about it.
He's got
But-
a lot of good things about him, but as much good things about him, he has everything bad about him.
Yeah. But I was worried about that matchup because I thought, I don't know if it's going to be good. You know what I mean? Because I thought he'd eat him up. But I'll be honest, I thought Longman did a really good job on him for most of the game.
I thought that today I did a show earlier about Issa. I thought Issa could have been dangerous in that game too, but he did hold too.
Yeah. Well, that little bit of extra pace he's got, I think.
Yeah. Herky jerky, could have done something.
I was surprised. I don't know what you guys thought of it. I was surprised they went with a back three. Started out in the back three against us.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised with the back line itself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, and I'll take credit for something when I said you don't want more up front and you want Smith. Thank you very much, Aaron. You know,
I would on John going into the match. I was way against what you were saying, but it made sense. You were absolutely right, 100% right.
Yeah, Keith, in that sort of game against Premier League opposition, every time Kiefer Moore was going to jump for the ball, he's going to give away a free kick. It's just the way that the game is reffed when you're coming up against. And I just thought, Smith sort of it was the perfect game plan, wasn't it? You knew you weren't going to go toe to toe with them. It was basically hit them on the counter attack, and there was so many gaps behind them, and perfect game plan. Like I said, played a great game. Just hey, sometimes you have to just hold your hands up. You come up against a better side. No shame in that.
Yeah, for sure. And I was impressed with how many chances we were able to create with 10 men in that extra 30 minutes. I couldn't believe how many chances we got.
Guys are tired at that point. I mean, it's just yes, to your point, yes. Guys are tired. It's wide open lanes. It's like, how do we get out of here? And anything can happen. I mean, it was almost like not Sunday League, but it was the tie of the round for sure. And I hope it propels us. I mean, we have a game tomorrow, which is going to be tough. And obviously, John's team is battling it out, and everyone else is battling it out right now too. I mean, it's the Champ Chat show is about the championship, and I think that the championship is the best goddamn league in the world, in my opinion.
Yep. Oh shoot. So Esteban, tell us how you really feel. Oh, so much respect for Mark.
Oh no.
Have you not seen him play? Come on.
Oh my god. By the way, where is Patty? I always get asked. Patty.
He had some college stuff he's doing because he's doing his college. So he had said he was busy, so he wasn't going to be able to make it today.
I wanted to ask him about the guy in the bathtub. Like, I don't know if we can do that anymore. I thought it was John at first. I actually thought it was John in the bathtub.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Rextra time. Guy was in the bathtub.
I totally missed that. I have no idea. What did I miss? A guy in a bathtub?
Yeah, you did.
Oh no!
It wasn't Techie.
It wasn't. The guy was literally in the bathtub, and it wasn't Techie. It was literally in the goddamn bathtub.
Well, you're going to have to take some of the blame for this, though, Josh, because you're the one who said you wanted cameras on. Just saying.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
If you're going to come out with the rules, this is what happens. Patty was like, at one point, was like, you have to turn your camera off. Like, no more bathtubs. That's it. So
I can't believe I wasn't watching. I missed it.
It was creepy. Like we're this Tabs was on the show. Sorry, I totally bogarted the show. I got 10 minutes left to go. I'm making my dinner, but I wanted to just listen to you guys. But
there's your new show for the weekend anyway, Josh. Bathtub Corner.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Rubber. I mean, it was weird.
Oh shoot!
Sorry, Aaron. Go ahead. Do your thing.
No, I'm good. We were just chit chatting. Where did we get to? I think we're.
Aaron, you were champ chatting.
Yeah, we were champ chatting. We were starting to go down the list of games here. And then we kind of got off track again. We started talking about Birmingham again. Somebody asked a question in the chat, but I guess we can go on to the next game. We got Blackburn Rovers 1, Portsmouth 1. Kind of an unhelpful draw there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a late equaliser for Blackburn. I think Portsmouth thought they had all 3 points wrapped up. I think.
Yeah, that's got to hurt too, because that's an important 3 points down at the bottom. Both those teams just outside the relegation zone. Yeah, we got to see Leap and Leapus. Only Techie is allowed in the hot tub.
Yeah, only Techie.
Yeah, well, his is a hot tub at least, not just
it's true.
Yeah, at least it's insane.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah, so 1-1 Portsmouth Blackburn, late equalizer. I guess I get up there and we pull up the game stats real quick.
Hold on, did you go through the Birmingham City game already? I just want to make sure. It seems like it's off. The number's off.
Do what?
The number in Portsmouth game's off.
What do you mean the number?
This is 1-0.
Where does it say that at?
For the Port? No, it's not the Port. Sorry, the Birmingham City game.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. We went through that game already. Just checking.
Yeah, we talked for a little while on it. If you want to grill him on it,
no, I know. I just want to see. We got through that.
He's ready to sack his manager, Josh.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, I don't really care, to be honest. I personally think he'll go end of the season.
Yeah.
So
probably.
There's already a few noises about potential other managers already been spoken to. So
Sean Dyche?
No. No. This is one thing that always makes me laugh. This is where social media grabs hold. There's a lot of people on social media, Sean Dyche this and all this. They will probably replace Davis, I would imagine, in the summer. But if anyone thinks you're going to get a complete flip on the philosophy and the way that we're going to play, absolutely no chance whatsoever. It will be another possession-based manager. It will just be more experienced and a bit more of a proven track record. That's what they'll do.
Yeah.
They're very much driven on the stats, where I think the stats show that most of the teams in recent history who get promoted out of the Championship are possession-based sides. You look at it this season: Coventry, possession-based side; Middlesbrough, possession-based side; Ipswich probably going to be the favourites for the playoffs, possession-based side. It's the way that it's the proven track record. So they're not going to suddenly flip and put a Sean Dyche in charge.
Oh no, you're right. Probably. Free Pugs asking you guys some serious conversation there. Serious conversation stuff.
Oh, our bet. I don't know if we ever decided on a bet. He says wants to know what we ended up betting. I don't know. I just remember we bet. I don't know if we ever actually settled on a bet.
No, we didn't. We talked about jerseys and stuff, but I said, well, if you send me a Wrexham jersey, I will just burn it, like I would do any other opposition jersey. So,
I mean, at this point right now, you guys should really make a even bet.
He probably doesn't want to now because he knows I'm going to win.
Just put Aaron back on the beach and make him get sunburnt again. That's pretty much it. Or put him in front of goal and make him score.
It doesn't take much for me to get sunburned. That's for sure.
We have to meet up and have a penalty shootout. Actually, that's not fair either.
No, we don't know if John can play football.
Well, we know I can't. So.
Well, yeah, we don't. All right. I mean, listen, Aaron, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. What the fuck? Take my lifeline, dude.
Don't take that bet, Aaron. That's all I'm saying.
I would. Don't worry. I'm not as dumb as I look.
I agree with that. The end of the championship's getting real tasty, though. It is getting real tasty.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun run-in.
Yeah,
Still a lot of twists and there is still a lot of twists and turns to come. I would say. I mean, but yeah, there's automatics look like for me. Automatics look pretty much done.
Wrexham and Coventry.
Don't think so, mate.
No, not quite.
Sorry, no, John. I do have to jump. I have to get. I'm looking at my food boiling right there, like a bunny, like Fatal Attraction. I'm going to be listening. Not that you guys give a shit, but I'm so glad I came on to say hi.
Well, now that we know you're going to be listening, we definitely won't talk shit about you.
Yeah, we'll give it about 10 minutes. So when you're about eating, and we'll just come out with some like one-liners. So you'll end up spitting your dinner out all over the place. So
I love it. I love you guys. And on that bombshell, get out.
See you, buddy.
Later.
Oh shoot. All right. Well, now he's sidetracked us, but I guess we can get back onto it. Blackburn, it was a late 93rd minute equalizer against Portsmouth. So that's disappointing for them. Probably one of the bigger games as far as the playoff hunt goes, was Hull City versus Millwall, which Millwall go to Hull City and get a 3-1 win.
I watched this game.
Did you? What'd you think of that?
There was no planet where Millwall deserved to win 3-1.
I looked at it afterwards. I looked at the stats, and I was like, "What in the hell happened?"
Honest to God, Hull missed. I don't know how many chances to put Millwall absolutely to sleep. For me, Hull were by far the better side. I mean, this is how one-sided the commentator was sort of saying, leading into half-time, Millwall are going to have to make some changes because, for them to still be level, the Alex Neil will be taking that as a positive. That's how poor they were. But they just seemed to, every time they went forward, just seemed to score a goal. It was just, yeah.
So
look at that, man. I mean, that is just smash and grab.
Unbelievable. XG for Hull is 3.04. Oh shoot. 23 total shots to 9 for Millwall. And somehow Millwall comes away with a 3-1 win. The momentum graph is hilarious. I mean,
yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah, that's a wild one. Yeah, I looked at the stats and I was like, well, because I just looked at it to begin with and I thought, ooh, that's surprising. I thought Millwall must have battered him. And then I looked at the stats and I was like, oh, this was an FMing.
Honestly, if this had ended like 4-1 to Hull, you would have gone, yeah, pretty fair result. I mean, it's a huge lesson. You got to take your chances in certain key times because that Millwall side, if you give them an opportunity, they will take their chances. I mean, the third goal's late, and it's probably all but done at that point anyway. But no, it wasn't a great day for Hull. But the one thing I would say is their manager will probably come out afterwards and say, look, if you play like that every week, you ain't going to lose 3-1 most games. So
yeah. Well, what's funny all season, and to Elvis's point here, they seem to usually overperform their XG and score what they scored a couple weeks ago was like 3 or 4 goals on like 0.5 XG. Just no XG and somehow just battered somebody. And then a game like this where they've got 3 XG and only score 1. Wild stuff. Yeah, that's I'll be honest, I do worry. I was hoping they'd get something from this game because I have a hard time seeing a whole team losing 3 in a row. I think this doesn't set up well for us at all. I think they'll be coming at us and yeah, it's going to be a tough game. tomorrow's gonna be a tough game for us. I do worry
Yeah,
about it a little bit.
especially as you had to go to extra time. And
Yeah, I know.
as much as it was a wonderful performance against Chelsea, that game will have taken a lot out of the players.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. It'll be. I could see it being one of those 3-2, 4-3 type games. I think it's going to be an open type of game. It'll be interesting to see who we start, though. I wouldn't surprise me to see it. Us go with like Kiefer, Broadhead, and Windass starting. As our front three, just because those guys didn't start against Chelsea. But like in the midfield, I thought Viner looked really good. Like to think. I mean, the problem is he played the whole game, so can he go
so soon
on a
after just
90?
coming back.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Just coming off an injury, like, can he go another 90? I mean, you know, uh, yeah, a lot of those guys played. Played well. What was it? Not even 90. It's what 120 minutes. So,
Mm.
yeah, that one does worry me a little bit. So I'm hoping we get some. I'll be honest. I think I put my tips in today. I think I tipped a draw. I went 2-2. I think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, it's the sort of game I think if you were looking from your side of things, you'd say you away from home really tough. Like you said, are they really going to lose 3? You take a point and run all the way home and just
Yeah.
fight another
Well, the
day.
problem, it's at home. It's a home game for us.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
thought it was away.
it's at us, but it's still it worries me. Just worries me. I think it is, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably right in all fairness because they've been at home. It'll be unlikely they have to.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Let me double check now. Now you got me thinking. I double check myself. Fixtures. Yeah, we're at home. Yeah, it's at home. But yeah, that one it does it just worries me. But I think if we were to lose or a draw, even, I think it. I think
It's not gonna drastically change too much. It's
No,
more.
it's not the end of the world for us right now. Especially the one good thing is now, because we played Chelsea on the weekend, we do have a game in hand, so that helps. I mean, you can never count those points as for sure. Especially our game in hand is next Tuesday against Watford at Watford.
Mhm.
So that's not that's by no means guaranteed points. So I don't know, but yeah, Hull. Let's put it this way: Hull looked really good on the weekend, and they'll be looking for a win. They're going to be dying for a win. Let's see. What Josh has posted? Some question. What is the strategy at this point? John said, "Take a point." What is the strategy for the last 11 games to stay in the playoffs? We don't have to. I don't think we have to be quite as good as we've been to stay in the playoffs. But it depends on what I don't know. It's hard to say. Obviously, you want to take as many points as you can. Win your home games. Win your home games. Draw your away games. If we do that, we win our home games, draw our away games. We're in. I don't think anybody's gonna catch us. But
the key is not to get. The key is not to sort of start looking about how many points you need or what's the target in order. You've literally just got to take it game at a time. It sounds as boring as hell, but that's really, it's just next game up, win the next game. That's all you can do. There's no point sort of saying, win here, draw there. Might get, just attack each game as you can, because that's what everyone else will be doing. Everyone else will be taking each game in isolation, win the next game of football. That's really all. As fans, we all look at it and think, oh,
right, yeah.
Honestly, they don't think like that. It's just next game.
And
game.
Parky said as much ever since he's been our manager. So he's just looking at the next game, and that's all he ever looks at. I know it was a big thing when they were talking. People were trying to get him to talk about the Chelsea game a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? Ahead of time, he's like, right now I'm just focused on whoever it was at the time. He's looking at the game ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, each game will be different in isolation. I mean, obviously, like you got Hull tomorrow night, Hull being in, above you in the table. if you're drawing with 10 minutes to go, it's the sort of game where you'd say, do you know what? I could probably see settling for a point, not going too not risking losing the game, just going, okay, we gave it a go, it's a point, move on. If you were up against, I don't know, say a Blackburn or a Portsmouth or somebody like that, and you were 1-1 with 10 minutes to go, then I would say, yeah, you step on the gas and you try and win the game. So you maybe pick your battles a little bit, but
Right.
Again, it all depends on the game, doesn't it? On the fixture, how the game's played out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody in the chat pretty much agrees with that. Just one at a time, take them as they come. All right, let's move on down the line here. We've got Bristol City and Coventry, and Cov win 2-0. I obviously didn't get to see the game. Red card. And I think if I heard right, they scored after they got the red card, their first red card. I don't know what the Bristol City red card was when it came. Was it Randall at 56? So I don't know what that one was.
Yeah, so they would have been 2-0 down and then it would have been down to 10 men each, which probably would have killed the game.
Probably killed the game off. Yeah. So Sakamoto and Wright goal scorers for Coventry. Yeah, I think Coventry just doing the business, doing what they got to do. I think they're cruising at this point.
Yeah, got over their little blip, and now it's just kind of stretching those legs, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess we can click on this one real quick. We kind of already talked about it, but Kelman gets the goal, kind of a scruffy goal. I mean, you guys didn't have much for shots either, did you?
No,
it just really wasn't a good game, was it?
It was honestly, it was a tragic game of football played by two very poor sides on the day.
Yeah, it does kind of look that way. Yeah, I think we've talked about that one enough, so we don't have to dig in on you too much more. So move on. Derby 2, Wednesday 1. I mean, I think everybody expected that. I will say I did see when Wednesday equalized on my phone. I was like, oh, look at that. I kind of hoped. But yeah, I mean, surely Derby were always going to win that.
Sheffield Wednesday scored another goal. That should be the story.
Hey, didn't Yates play for Derby at one point, or am I making that up?
I think he did.
I think it's because Jerry Yates, right?
Jerry Yates. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So he got a goal. This was a big one. I thought this surprised me quite a bit. Ipswich won, Leicester won. Leicester led a good chunk of this game. I mean,
Gary Rowett's speciality, that is. None of the ball, get out there with a point. How on earth have you done it?
I mean, I'm sure it made Middlesbrough fans happy. Keep the pressure off them a little bit.
I had to laugh at the story I read today where Kieran McKenna had confirmed that the PGMOL had contacted him today to offer their apologies, where they should have been given 2 penalties in this game, which he commented after, saying it was really nice to receive the apology because that changes everything.
Changes. So by the sounds of it, they did have a player just absolutely taken out in the penalty area at the end of the game. I don't know what the other one was, but sounds like I think they said it was Hamza Chowdhury for Leicester, took down can't remember who it was. Who was the player that got basically just taken out? I was listening to the second tier pod, and I think they described it as 3 fouls in one instance that none of them got called.
I think the worst thing is as well is they should have won. They should have had penalties, and not only did they not win, both the teams above them did win.
Yeah.
So it was a really damaging fixture, to the point where I think a lot of Ipswich fans have all but said automatic promotion looks a long shot now because of the way that the other two are going.
Mm-hmm. And this one definitely surprised me. West Brom go to Sheffield United and get a 1-1 draw. Good draw for them. Got them out of the relegation zone. Of course, they're just with a 1 point clear. Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, I guess they did what they had to do. Got their goal and got the draw. What's your thoughts on that one?
Um, I'll be honest. I don't have much love lost for West Brom. I don't hate them either, but I just don't trust them. They're the sort of they do this, don't they? They just seem to throw these odd occasional games in. They did it against us, where they fought really hard and battled for a well-deserved point against us, and then like the 4 games before that and the 4 games after that, they were truly awful. The key will be is what they do next game. By all accounts, they actually turned up and fought, and I won't say deserved a point, but fought for a point. The key will be is can they actually continue that, or do they go in their next game, roll over and die and lose 3-0? I just don't trust West Brom right now. It's a great point, but they're getting to the point where they need to win a game or two. And Sheffield United away is not a game you target as a win, but
No.
when you're down the bottom, every game's essentially being targeted for a win because you need points from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that one surprised me. That was probably the surprise of the weekend. Well, that one or the Charlton beating you guys. One of those two are probably the surprise of the weekend for me. And then Swansea get a 2-0 win over Stoke. No surprise. And then of course the red card for Stoke, and that was, I think it was nil. It was 0-0 when they got the red card. Vopotnik scored right after halftime or 53rd minute. And then Cullen puts one in. Did you see that shot, by the way? I saw the highlights of Cullen's goal. It's a really good goal.
They're a funny side, aren't they? So I'll be honest. Every time I watch Swansea, I sit there and go, "Do you know what? They look a really decent side." Just watching them play, they look a decent side. And then I look at the table and just think they must be inconsistent because every time I watch them play, they look good, and I just think they to me feel they should be higher.
Yeah. I know when we played them, and I mean we lost to them, and of course it was on. Arthur had just a nightmare in goal. It should have been a draw. But I didn't think they looked good that game. But then, as you say, you'll have games and they'll score goals. I mean, Vopotnik just seems. I mean, is he the leading scorer right now? He's right up there, and he's scored a ton of goals.
Yeah, he was. I'm not sure how far Hadji Wright is away from these days. But yeah. I mean, they're just when they want to be, they look a really and like you said, they're one of those sides that if they play okay or if they play well, they've got a guy up front who can score goals. So they're a dangerous side. But I guess they just play rubbish too often. So
yeah, and so that were the matches for the weekend. Guess we can take a look at the table, and we've got Coventry City trying to run away from Middlesbrough. They're on 74 points. I mean, yeah, they look in good shape. 5 points behind them is Middlesbrough on 69. And then it's Millwall in third, 4 points off Middlesbrough with 65 points. Ipswich are a point behind them with a game in hand, to be fair. So they're on 64 points. And then Hull's on 60, and we are on 57 with a better goal difference, which means if we do beat Hull tomorrow, that puts us in fifth spot on goal difference. So big game tomorrow. I think you do. I think for us, we do want to just keep looking up and see how far up we can get. I think it's going to be tough to catch fourth, but it would be nice to get to third or fourth. But I don't know if it's if we'll be able to quite get there, because those are both really good teams, and they've got a good head start on us. But I definitely think we can get ahead of Hull though. But like I said earlier, it's hard to see Hull losing 3 games in a row. They're a good side when they want to be.
Yeah, I mean they ain't fifth for no reason, are they?
Right. Yeah.
Over 36 games, they deserve the respect that they're where they
Mm-hmm.
are. So, the one thing I'd like to touch on Middlesbrough, I watched them last night against QPR.
Yeah.
My God, they're a side. They really
Yeah.
are a good side.
Yeah.
Hackney, Hackney is the best player in this division by a distance. He's going to the Premier League whether Middlesbrough go or not.
Do you think they'll be able to hold on to him even if they do go up?
Yeah, I do because he's a Middlesbrough lad. So
Okay.
I think if they go up, I think he stays for a season, but that's
Okay.
it. And the question is whether he's good enough to play week in week out in the Premier League. Because as much as he looks good in this league, we all know the step is massive.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Yeah.
But no, I watched it last night. He is a joy to watch, and his goal was just sublime. It really was.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great player. Derby are currently in 7th on 54 points. That's 3 points behind us. Of course, we do have a game in hand. Southampton didn't play this weekend, so they also have a game in hand, and they're on 53 points. So they're 4 points behind us. And then it goes Watford, who we've got next Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday. So we'll be seeing them soon. Bristol City, I mean, they just look like they're falling off a cliff all of a sudden. They're on 50 points. Sheffield United in 11th. I mean, can they make her? I just start, when you get down around there, it's just tough to see the teams being able to make up the difference because there's just not enough consistency, I don't think.
It's looking like it's from Watford up for the top. I mean, the only way the likes of Bristol, Sheffield, or us, like I said, get involved back in the shout is we're gonna all those 3 sides. We're gonna have to win like 4 games on the spin.
Yeah.
That just get 12 points on the board, and that will put yourself back in the mix. But it's unlikely.
Yeah. And so it's United, and then you guys, and then Preston and Swansea, all on 49 points. So, could one of those teams go on an unbelievable run and maybe push for the playoffs? Maybe. But like I said, it does like you said, it does seem like it's probably from Watford up. Just because of consistency. You just don't, it's tough to see it. I thought for a minute Sheffield United might have been the team that could have made a run, or you guys, but then it just seems like just not quite.
No,
they've kind of lost a little bit of something here recently.
I think there's probably you would probably make an argument. Sheffield United and we Blues, we're probably the 2 that have got the squad that could put a run together. I'm not sure Preston or Bristol do have the.
Yeah, probably not.
That the thing is, if Sheffield or Blues were to win 4 in the bounce, you could see it happening. I'm not sure I could see that. I couldn't see Bristol doing it, and I couldn't see Preston doing it. Right at this stage of the season, but it's but we play Sheffield on Saturday, so somebody's going to drop points, or we both will drop points.
Yeah. Then you go down below that, it's Stoke in 15th, which they were for a long time, good period of the season, were up and around the playoff spots, and then they've just fell off the map. It seems like too.
How would you for me, regarding Stoke, do you think? I don't think enough's been talked about their drop off, because I mean, what was it? Christmas time they were 3rd, was it, or something like that?
Yeah,
and
I think so.
It's I mean, there's that stat, isn't there, where they very much like us, where I don't think we've not finished above 17th in the championship for over like 12 years or something daft like that. Stoke, I think the same. They've not finished above something like 16th or somewhere along those lines since they got relegated from the Premier League. And everyone say, because they were so high 3rd, and everyone thought, well, this season they're going to do it. I'm not so sure now, but
There was
Yeah.
a question in the chat from earlier. Do we think Stoker getting into no, it wasn't Stoker, it was QPR, my bad. Which is the next one. It was whether QPR were falling into a relegation fight, which I don't think either one of them were. I think they're okay, but they're both on 47 points, and they're both seem like they're falling off a cliff.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not sure I see Oxford or Leicester or West Brom getting to 47 points.
No, I don't either. It'd be tough.
To be
It'd be
honest.
tough. Yeah.
But no, I don't think Stokes drop off. I mean, I know they've had a few injuries. Well, they've had a lot of injuries and stuff, but I just think that's been a really monumental fall off a cliff. Yeah, QPR I can understand because they've got some serious injuries. I think they said they're pretty much their whole attacking line at the moment has just been decimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great for QPR fans right now.
And then we've got Norwich on 45. They've been on a decent run. I mean, actually, they've been on a really good run, to be fair to them. But I mean, too little, probably too little, too late for them. But I mean, you got to say though, I think the decision to hire their new manager, I think they've got that appointment bang on. I mean, I think he's been fantastic since he's came in.
Well, let's be honest, they were staring relegation
they were
in the face. Let's be honest here. So it's a remarkable turnaround, really.
Yeah, they've been on an unbelievable run, and I'm sure they'll continue. And I hope they do. I hope they continue to beat some teams. I don't know who all they got left on their schedule, but hopefully they can beat some teams around us and help us out. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it, because we've already played them. They already got us. So if they can get everybody else, that'll be just fine for me. Charlton, 44 points, sitting in 18th. I mean, are they? I mean, I don't think you can say they're safe.
They're almost
there. Man,
they
can't be far from it, can they? They're getting there. They're just about there. I think that win against you guys did them a hell of a lot of good.
The way they celebrated that win, you could tell it was a big one because it was we're almost there. We need a couple more draws and we're there, sort of thing.
Yeah, probably. If they can get one more win, that probably just about get them where they.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at the schedule, they had us and then they got Middlesbrough. So I mean, the game against us was huge because if they had lost against us, you would probably say they're going to lose against Middlesbrough. All of a sudden they could have really been dragged into a bit of into the mire. So it's kept that distance, and they go with confidence now that they won't target the Middlesbrough game for anything. That's not the sort of game that they're going to get points. They'll be difficult to beat, but probably get rolled over. But they'll just know that they are essentially just probably one more win away from safety.
Yep, I'd agree with that. Then you got Portsmouth. They're on 40 points, so they've got a little more work to do. Do kind of feel like they'll be able to just keep clear of it, though. I have that feeling, at least. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I think that. I don't think I've looked at Portsmouth this season and gone, they look like a bottom three side. Even when they've been playing poorly, they've looked a side that's still got more about them than others. So yeah, I think it might go close to the wire, granted, but I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. Currently, they're 5 points clear of the drop, so they should be able to do it. They should be able to get there, I would think. But yeah, they need probably a couple wins and a draw or two would probably just about do it. It does seem like right around 47 or so, 48. Probably. It'd be hard to see Leicester, Oxford, or West Brom all getting above that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is you got 10 games left. 10 points, so a point per game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I know bottom teams suddenly start turning into Barcelona with 5 games to go, so anything's possible. I mean, only look at Oxford, 2 wins out of the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, isn't it? You look at that. You look at Oxford, Leicester, and West Brom, 35, 35, and 36. Do you see 2 of them getting 12 or more points between now and I don't think so.
I don't think so. It'd be tough. It'd be tough.
Yeah.
I think if any of them did it, wouldn't surprise me if Leicester did. But I don't know. I can't see two of those teams doing that. You know what I mean? I think that, and that's the thing. That's you only
Yeah.
got.
I mean, it does happen. It happened to us. You know, we
Mhm.
were in a similar position where we kept looking at it and thinking, well, all we got to do is pick up points. And we thought, well, you looked at the traffic above you and say, well, we only need one or two of them to not do the same as us. And every frigging team did. So it is possible. It's just unlikely. I think the form as well at the moment, you look at Leicester and West Brom's form. I don't know when they both won a game of football, but it seems a very long time ago.
Yep, I agree. And then yeah, like you say, I mean, those guys right there, that does seem like the fight right now. Blackburn, what do you think? Is I mean, obviously they're not safe, but you think they stay clear, or do you think they could still drop into it? What do you think of Blackburn?
I think, as you can see by the last column, the next game they got Oxford. That is huge.
A
That
massive
is
game.
huge because if Oxford go and win that and get 3 wins on the bounce, Blackburn are right back in it. To be honest, but then again, it's like a lot of people say with regards to relegation battle. It only becomes a fight if the teams down the bottom are in the relegation zone start picking up points. If they continue what they're doing, it doesn't matter, does it, what Blackburn do? Because the bottom lot aren't picking enough points to make it a fight.
Yeah. And then West Brom on 36, Leicester on 35, Oxford on 35. Those three do seem like they're locked in that fight, And then, like you say, though, in that game between Blackburn and Oxford, if Oxford can win it, that does draw them into it. So then maybe it's a 4-team race. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, let's see. Leicester's got Bristol. West Brom got Southampton. That can't be. That's not going to be an easy one.
Yeah, West Brom's fixtures is not kind.
Tough.
Yeah, I think their run to the end of the season is not a nice run.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've covered that. Don't think we really got anything else. You got anything else you want to talk about tonight? We pretty well ran through it.
No, not really. Not
Yeah,
really.
there wasn't a ton of talk about in the championship right now. There's no really manager. I mean, there was a little bit of manager talk, but I mean, about who could go. But I don't think there's anybody imminently looking that are going to get sacked. I think
No.
a lot of it's going to be end of the season. A lot of teams will make their changes. I mean, you've only got 10 games left for most teams, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way a club makes a change now is if they've got somebody already lined up to take the job,
Yeah.
and it would make sense if I talk from like a Birmingham perspective. If we were to get rid of Davis, if they have his replacement lined up already, it would make sense for them to come in at the end of the season to have a look at the squad and see them in in that environment to make a judgment, so they can make an early judgment call on what business needs to be done in the summer. But yeah, I don't see it. I think that there was a few rumours about the Bristol manager as well, isn't there? Struber. There's a bit of pressure about him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we'll see. That'll be. I don't know. Do you change him before the end of the season? Like you said, I guess if you did want to have somebody, like you said, you want to have somebody come in, kind of look at the team and see what they think before the summer. I get it, but
there's a few schools of thought, isn't there? I mean, somebody did post something about regards us on social media saying, could you see our ownership, trying to get a new manager bounce, just a spark to get a run of form, just to see. But I mean, it would take a remarkable run of form. I don't see the real point in that, if you know what I mean. Not to get a new manager bounce, and even down the bottom, West Brom sacked their manager and announced that the caretaker is going to take charge for the end of the season.
yeah.
Not sure I agree with that, but I can also understand it. Everyone else has made those decisions. Blackburn have already changed. Oxford changed, earlier in the season. So
All right. Well, unless you got anything else, I think we can get on out of here. We've done an hour and 10. Not a bad show for when we really didn't have a whole lot to talk about.
No, next week will be interesting because we'll have more games.
I know. I tell you what, we've got them coming thick and fast. We've got tomorrow, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and I think we get another midweek game. It's just bam, 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 bam. You know.
Then we have an international break where nothing happens for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be hating life, but all right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming in. We've had pretty decent numbers of people on tonight. Make sure you get in, like, sub if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for joining us in the chat, guys. And on that bombshell, we will see you all soon.